A reading from the book of Lamentations, chapter 3, the third lamentation. Aleph. I am the man who has seen misery under the rod of his fury. He has led and guided me into darkness, not light. Against me alone does he turn his hand again and again all day. Beth. He has wasted my flesh and skin away, has broken my bones. He has besieged and surrounded me with bitterness and weariness. He has made me dwell in darkness with the dead of long ago. Gimel. He has walled me in so that I cannot escape. He has weighed me down with chains even when I shout for help. He shuts out my prayer. He has closed my way with blocks of stone. He has obstructed my paths. Dalet. For me, he is a lurking bear, a lion in hiding. He has pushed me aside and torn me apart, leaving me shattered. He has bent his bow and used me as a target for his arrows. He has shot deep into me with shafts from his quiver. I have become a joke to all my own people, their taunt all day long. He has given me my fill of bitterness. He has made me drunk with wormwood. War. He has broken my teeth with gravel. He has trampled me into the ashes. I have been deprived of peace. I have forgotten what happiness is. I thought, gone is my hope and my endurance in the Lord. Zain. Bring to mind my misery and anguish. It is wormwood and gall. My heart dwells on this continually and sinks within me. This is what I shall keep in mind and so regain some hope. Het. The Lord's mercies are not over. His deeds of faithful love not exhausted. Every morning they are renewed. Great is your faithfulness. The Lord is all I have, says my soul, and so I put my hope in him. Death. The Lord is good to those who trust him, to all who search for him. It is good to wait in silence for the Lord's salvation. It is good for someone to bear the yoke from a young age. Yod. To sit in solitude and silence when it weighs heavy. To lay one's head in the dust. Maybe there is hope. To offer one's cheek to the striker. To have one's fill of disgrace. Kaf. For the Lord's rejection will not last forever. If he afflicts, he will have mercy out of the fullness of his faithful love. For it is not for his own sake that he afflicts and grieves human beings. Lamed. When all the prisoners in the land are crushed underfoot, when human rights are overridden in defiance of the Most High, when someone is cheated of justice, does not the Lord see it? Mem. Who has only to speak, and it is done, unless the Lord is giving the order? From where, if not from the mouth of the Most High, do evil and good come? Why then should any living person complain about their sins? None. Let us examine our path. Let us ponder it and return to the Lord. Let us raise our hearts and hands to God in heaven. We are the ones who have sinned, who have rebelled, and you have not forgiven. Samak, you have enveloped us in wrath, pursuing us, slaughtering without mercy. You have wrapped yourself in a cloud too thick for prayer to pierce. You have reduced us to rubbish and refuse among the nations. Pay. All our enemies open their mouths against us. Terror and pitfall have been our lot, ravage and ruin. My eyes dissolve in torrents of tears at the ruin of my beloved people. Ain, my eyes will weep ceaselessly without relief until the Lord looks down from heaven and sees. My eyes are sore for the fate of all the daughters of my city. Say, without cause, my enemies hunted me down like a bird. They threw me alive into a pit and pelted me with stones. The waters rose over my head. I thought, I am lost. Quoth, O Lord, I called on your name from the deep pit. You heard my voice. Do not close your ear to my prayer for help. You are near when I called to you. You said, do not be afraid. Resh, Lord, you defended my cause. You have redeemed my life. O Lord, you have seen the wrong done to me. Grant me redress. You have seen their vindictiveness, all their plots against me. Shin, you have heard their insults, Lord, all their plots against me, the whispering and murmuring of my enemies against me all day long. Look, whether they sit or stand, I am their taunt. Tau, O Lord, repay them as their deeds deserve. Curse them with dullness of heart. In wrath pursue them. Root them out from under your heavens, O Lord. The word of the Lord. A reading from the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, fourth lamentation. Aleph, how the gold has tarnished, how the fine gold has changed. Sacred stones lie scattered at every street corner. Beth, children of Zion, as precious as finest gold, how they are now reckoned like crockery made by a potter. Gimel, even jackals give the breast and suckle their young. The daughter of my people is as cruel as the ostriches of the desert. Dalat, the tongue of the baby at the breast sticks to its palate for thirst. Little children ask for bread, and no one gives them any. Hey, those who used to eat only the best now lie dying in the streets. Those who were reared in the purple claw at the rubbish heaps. Wow! The wickedness of the daughter of my people exceeded the sins of Sodom, overthrown in a moment without a hand laid on it. Zain, her princes were brighter than snow, whiter than milk, their bodies were ruddier than coral, their form like sapphire. Now their faces are blacker than soot. They are not recognized in the streets. The skin shriveled on their bones, as dry as a stick. 10th. Better to be killed by the sword than killed by famine. Wounded, they waste away for lack of the fruits of the earth. Yod. With their own hands, kindly women cooked their own children. This was their food at the destruction of the daughter of my people. Kaf. The Lord vented his wrath, poured out his fierce anger. He lit a fire in Zion and devoured her foundations. Lamed. The kings of the earth never believed, nor did any of the inhabitants of the world, that foe or enemy would ever penetrate the gates of Jerusalem. Mem. For the sins of her prophets and the crimes of her priests, who had shed the blood of the righteous in the heart of the city. None. They wandered blindly through the streets polluted with blood, so that no one dared to touch their clothes. Samek. Keep away! Unclean! People shouted at them, Keep away! Keep away! Don't touch! If they left and fled to the nations, these said, Not here either. Pe. The face of the Lord scattered them. He will look on them no more. There was no respect for the priests, no deference for the elders. Ain. Continually we were wearing out our eyes, watching for help, in vain. In our watchtowers we looked for a nation which could not save us. Said. Men dogged our steps to keep us from our own streets. Our end was near, our days were done, our end had come. Quoth. Our pursuers were swifter than eagles in the sky. In the mountains they hunted us, in the desert they ambushed us. Resh. The breath of our nostrils, the Lord's anointed, was caught in their traps, of whom we had said, In his shadow we shall live among the nations. Shin. Rejoice, exult, daughter Edom, you who reside in the land of Uz. The cup shall also pass to you, till you get drunk and strip yourself naked. Tau. Your wickedness is atoned for, daughter Zion. He will never banish you again. Your wickedness, daughter Edom, he will punish. Your sins he will lay bare. The word of the Lord.